There's just one place to get our lowest payment on the new 2024 Acura ZDX, $299 a month. It's the Season of Performance event at Acura of Pembroke Pines, '1 in the USA.
After 40 years, the Big Cheese Miami is still producing great Italian food. They started in 1980. Memories. The walls are like a Miami Hurricanes Hall of Fame. The Big Cheese delivers anything on its menu or party platter menu to your home, office, or even a park for a picnic. Located at 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue, Miami. Call 305-662-6855. TheBigCheeseMiami.com, where they serve large portions at family prices.
If you're looking to take your home or business to the next level, then RM Contractors and Custom Drywall can assist you. RM specializes in new residential turnkey, new commercial turnkey, home and office remodeling. Call them for free estimates. Serving all of South Florida, licensed and insured. Call Ray or Mike, 305-345-3649. You work hard to create the perfect atmosphere. You dream it, we'll build it. RM Contractors and Custom Drywall, 305-345-3649 or Instagram at RMC Fisher Island.
We are live. It is the SmackDown recap, and I can tell you this. I like that SmackDown has gone 3 hours because it gets more talent the opportunity to be on TV. But it is tough on a Friday night to watch 3 hours of wrestling. It had its moments. It was a good show. But it felt like it was a lot quicker when it was at the 2 hour marks. And I know they're going back to it. They're going to go back to it. Triple H did say it will not stay at the 3 hours. But tonight's show, had a long day, so that's one thing. But it was very tough at times. And the show itself was good. I mean, it started good. It had its, its moments. The Tiffany Stratton getting her opportunity as the WWE Women's Champion. Nia Jax coming out. Bayley coming out. You've got Bianca and Naomi, all of them looking for the title shot. Bayley wins it, and it will be now next week, Tiffany Stratton against Bayley. You had the whole thing at the beginning with, Paul Heyman letting Cody Rhodes know out of the respect from the OTC that he will be going back after the heavyweight title, which Cody holds, and he will do that by entering the Royal Rumble. Now, I do have a question on that because I've seen the Royal Rumble and it's got the pictures of Cena, Roman Reigns. I believe CM Punk is also in. I believe those three have been entered. So we'll see how many more people. And then I saw a rumor today that Gail Kim, they're trying to get her to join the women's Royal Rumble and return to the WWE. That will be very interesting and very cool as well. So a lot of things happening, but and again, I like the fact that it's 3 hours because normally you wouldn't have gotten probably the Pretty Deadly against the Garzas on a 2 hour SmackDown. That match probably would have been a dark match or on the main event or whatever it's going to be. It's not going to be, on a SmackDown. And thankfully, they're getting their opportunities because it is a 3 hour SmackDown. But it makes the show feel longer. Like I tweeted out, it's not a WWE Raw on Netflix 3 hours. That one felt like, it was just flowing. This kind of felt like there was hiccups, every once in a while. And it kick-started and kept going, kick-started, kept going. It's one of those things to where now, look, Friday nights, the only thing I think should be like 3 hours is sports or like concerts or something like that. And I get wrestling, sports, entertainment, but again, you're not watching 3 hours of any other type of TV. You're not watching any episodic TV series for 3 hours, man. And it's long, bro. It was a long show. And man, sorry, I just got to read a text I got in. But overall, again, like I said, it showed little things. You had Apollo Crews. You've got the whole thing with Pretty Deadly working with DIY. They dive into those a little bit more. It allows for other things to get told. But sometimes you wonder, is it really worth it? Looking back at the 3 hour Raw, you had the main event at the end. The one thing that I did notice and what is interesting to me is Solo Sikoa loses on Monday. He's not at SmackDown. And the one thing that I did notice was that Jacob Fatu, he wasn't doing the I love you Solo. He wasn't saying, we're here for you Solo. It almost feels like he's doing what Solo did when Roman lost at WrestleMania. He's already replacing the tribal chief, I guess. Solo Sikoa is out. Jacob Fatu, again, I mean, those guys got talent. Tama Tonga, he's got this crazy thing where he just barks all the time, but he's got talent. And you saw a little bit of it on display today. And overall, the match was okay. You had Rhodes and KO battle at the end. But again, everything just felt like it was just taking long. Like it was kind of getting dragged out a little bit because, hey, we got 3 hours of TV to fill. It just didn't flow good for me tonight. And again, long day today, so maybe there's a lot of little things going on inside it. I thought the women's match, the Fatal 4-Way, was great. There's a lot of great things happening there. The double power bomb, Samoan drop spot. Oh, man, I was hurting. I'm still hurting from that. But Bayley picks up the win. I do like the fact that, Bayley gets the win. LA Knight throws out Jacob Fatu. As soon as he did that, I was like, oh, I know what's going to happen in that match now. And that's what it did. And I'm wondering what they're going to do now with Jacob Fatu. That is going to be the intriguing thing on the rest of this. And then also, where does Solo fit into all of this? Because I'm guessing they're going to keep them on SmackDown. Roman says that he wants to go after Cody. So I'm guessing Roman's going to go back and forth between the two because I got to believe Netflix wants him on there. And you saw Cody on Netflix as well. So you're going to get, a little bit of thing. It's going to be very interesting to see how this plays out as far as when you look back at Netflix, the only two that were the same, I guess, would be Cody and KO. But they were really only involved in run-ins. There was nobody that was on SmackDown that wrestled on the Netflix show. No. So that, so we'll see where they do. I mean, you had your, your promos and things like that. And overall, I mean, when I look back at this now, let's see, you had the Pretty Deadly match. You had the A-Town Down Under Motor City Machine Guns match. You had the 4-Way match. You had Shinsuke against LA Knight. You had the tag team match at the end. So I think you might have had 5 or 6 matches total on this 3-hour, on the 3-hour SmackDown. And again, when it's Raw on Netflix and it's The Rock coming out and it's Cena and it's Undertaker and it's Rhea versus Liv and it's Solo versus Roman, CM Punk versus Seth, it has that PLE feel, which makes it, go quick or feel like it's going quicker. I mean, 3 hours is 3 hours, so it is what it is. But it really felt like this 3 hours dragged on. It just was like, I was like, man. I kept looking at like, can I go now? Can I go now? And then at the end, I look, you've got Cody and KO in a ladder match. And they're throwing themselves through tables now. And, I mean, I don't know how they're going to keep this going to get to the Royal Rumble. And the Royal Rumble, I believe, is the 31st, if I'm not mistaken. Hold on a minute. I'm sorry. Let me look that up. Royal Rumble 2025 from the handy dandy notebook here. No, it's February 1st, Saturday, February 1st. So 3 weeks from tomorrow. Man, so you still got 3 SmackDowns before, and these guys are already putting themselves through tables. I mean, at some point, I think you're going to end up getting one of them suspended from SmackDown so that nothing happens and they can get to the match at SmackDown. It's, again, I like the storytelling. I like that KO and came out and he said, I told you, Roman, you helped him out. You did all this. And now look, now you got another challenger for your title. Good job, Cody. It's those things like that and the way the KO character, again, because again, to me, the KO character goes along the same line as like the Adam Page character, right? They don't feel like they've done wrong. They've been done wrong. They don't feel like they're doing wrong. And that's kind of where, the KO, the heel character, that's usually the heel character you get when you get KO. It's not KO being the bad guy. It's everybody else not doing right by KO. So we'll see where that ends. And then congratulations to Ohio State. They are moving on. So it'll be Ohio State and Notre Dame for the national championship. So that will be interesting to see. And also, don't forget, tomorrow it'll be coming out, the Rainy Day podcast. I'll be on there. So make sure you check that out as well. I want to thank everybody who joined us for the SmackDown recap. Apologize, a little under the weather today. Had a rough day. So overall, like I said, good SmackDown, but it dragged, man. It dragged to me. And again, it might be because of the way I'm feeling today, and it might just feel that way. But I cannot wait until they get back to the 2-hour SmackDowns, man. Please get back to the 2-hour SmackDowns. Don't forget you can follow me on social media at StanleyMedia_11 on X. I'm at Stanley Media House on everything else. The Facebook page, Stanley Media House Network. They'll be bringing in the sports talk as well as the NASCAR talk. A lot of things happening in NASCAR, a lot of rule revisions that came out tonight. So I'm going to be looking those over and getting those out and explaining some of those, and also trying to set up to have somebody come on the show and explain some of the new things and the nuances that are going on in the world of NASCAR. So we got a lot coming to Stanley Media House. And also, coming up soon, I don't know if you can see it because the light is there, but it will be Cafecito and a Conversation coming to the Stanley Media House. We'll sit down, have a little 10-minute discussion with somebody each day. Might take that to the Instagram Live. But all that is coming and a lot more. I appreciate each and every one of you that tuned in tonight. It's Friday at 11 o'clock. There's a lot of other things to be doing than listening to a podcast about SmackDown. So I appreciate each and every one of you that did listen. If you listen to me on the podcast, I appreciate it. Please share it, like it, subscribe. Any support to the Stanley Media House Network is greatly appreciated. I'm on the hunt to try to get to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. So if you got anybody looking for a wrestling podcast or just wants to talk wrestling in general, please send them to the Stanley Media House Network YouTube channel. Tell them to hit that subscribe button. I appreciate each and every one of you. And in the words of the great Gordon Soley, so long from the Sunshine State.